What's up, Westchester Fit fam? So happy Memorial Day. As you know, as a CrossFit affiliate, Memorial Day is one of the biggest times for us of the year. We celebrate an American hero, Michael Murphy. And I just kind of want to read a little speech that we do every single year, because although this year will be different since we won't be doing the workout together, I want it to feel as similar as we always do. So why do we do the Murph workout? So Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy, United States Navy SEAL, born May 7th, 1976, and died June 28th in combat, 2005. So Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy was the officer in charge of a four-man SEAL element in support of Operation Red Wings, tasked with finding a key anti-coalition militia commander near Asadabad, Afghanistan. Shortly after inserting into the objective area, the SEALs were spotted by three goat herders who were initially detained and then released. It is believed that the goat herders immediately reported the SEALs' presence to Taliban fighters. A fierce gun battle ensued on the steep face of the mountain between the SEALs and a much larger enemy force. Despite the intensity of the firefight and suffering grave gunshot wounds himself, Murphy is credited with risking his own life to save the lives of his teammates. Murphy's intent on making contact with headquarters, but realizing that it would be impossible in the extreme terrain where they were fighting, unhesitatingly and with complete disregard for his own life, moved into the open, where he could gain a better position to transmit a call to get help for his men. Moving away from the protective mountain rocks, he knowingly exposed himself to increased enemy gunfire. This deliberate and heroic act deprived him of cover and made him a target for the enemy. While continuing to be fired upon, Murphy made contact with the SOF Quick Reaction Force at Bagram Air Force Base and requested assistance. He calmly provided his unit's location and the size of the enemy force while requesting immediate support for his team. At one point, he was shot in the back, causing him to drop the transmitter. Murphy picked it back up, completed the call, continued firing at the enemy who was closing in. Severely wounded, Lieutenant Murphy returned to his cover position with his men and continued the battle. Lieutenant Murphy fought on, allowing one member of his team, Marcus Luttrell, to escape before he was killed. For his selfless actions, Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy was posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor on October 27, 2007. We honor his sacrifice every year doing this workout, which we're going to talk about now. We're going to allow Sandra to discuss what the workout is. I just want you guys to remember, when the workout gets tough, why we're doing this.
Murph as RX is, for time, run 1 mile. From there you have 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, followed by 1 mile run again to round it off. True RX is with a weighted vest. If you have one, wear it, backpack, put weight in it, whatever you've got. And then True RX is also going straight through the 100, 200, 300, right? So from there, let's say you are newer to Murph or you're not ready to tackle all of that, there's some scaling options that we have for you. The scaling options here, you can still run that mile, and in the middle, you can pretty much break it up however you want. There's so many different ways, as long as you hit that 100, 200, 300 in the middle and then go out for that run. The most common would be to break it up into 20 rounds of Cindy in the middle. And 20 rounds of Cindy is 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats. When you're all done with those 20, you're back out for that 1 mile run, okay? So that is an option. From there, let's say you are newer to Murph and you're not ready for that 1 mile run, you're not into that running just yet, you could cut down the amount of reps. So an 800 meter run, half the amount of reps, 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 150 air squats, followed by that 800 meter run, okay? So those are just a couple of those scaling options for you depending on where you are with this. Now, on down here, let's say you are at home and you have no pull-up bar, but a dumbbell available or a kettlebell available to you. Same idea, run 1 mile. Instead of the pull-ups, you'll be doing 100 total bent over rows, okay? and then the 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then followed by that 1 mile run, okay? And then if you have no equipment, we're gonna eliminate that pulling motion, and we're going to add in some sit-ups for you. So 1 mile run, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, 400 sit-ups, and then you're gonna run a mile. You're gonna try not to laugh for the rest of the day because your abs are gonna hurt, maybe something like that. So that is your no equipment version of this. And again, a bunch of different things, substitutions for our apartment dwellers. If you're doing it inside, not outside, and you can't jump, you can substitute some jumping jacks and you can do them lightly, 500 or 250, depending on where you are, in place of that mile run. If you have a rower, you can row. So there's a bunch of different variations you could take on Murph. So this is everything. Have at it, whatever variation you're gonna take. It'll be fun, it'll be sweaty, it'll be for a good reason. We do it every year. Let us know how it goes. We're looking forward to seeing videos and all that good stuff. Have fun.
All right, guys, so let's talk about our warm-up for today. So generally for longer workouts, like Murph, that might take people 45 minutes plus, some well over an hour, we're gonna do a shorter warm-up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through a couple of 30-second intervals for 2 rounds, a little bit of mobility. It should probably take anywhere from about 6 to 7 minutes to warm up. I want you guys to follow along. We're gonna get this started in 10 seconds. So what we're gonna do in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're just gonna start to jog in place. So we're gonna jog in place for 30 seconds, guys, and I'm gonna talk you through this as we go. So we're gonna jog in place. We're 10 seconds in. At the 30-second mark, we're gonna go right into the next movement, which is gonna be a toe touch into a calf raise. Why are we doing that? Well, right now, we're warming up the lower body, legs, and lungs to get prepared for that 1 mile run. Then the next piece, we're gonna be stretching out the hammies and warming up the calves in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm gonna touch my toes, drive through my toes, lift my heels off the ground. Touch, lift my heels up. Touch, lift my heels up. In 20 seconds, we're gonna switch to a Spider-Man. That Spider-Man is gonna get the hip flexors stretched out, the groin area, because we're gonna be in a deep runner's lunge, but at the same time, we're gonna be supporting our upper body with the shoulders to warm up for the push-ups and pull-ups. For those of you that have the pull-up station, in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm here, I'm gonna pause for a second, jump and switch, pause for a second. Notice that back knee stays off the ground, and I'm just gonna be switching here. 30 seconds. Next one is gonna be the up dog into down dog. We're gonna be doing that to stretch out the lower back, hamstrings and calves a little more. We're gonna switch to that in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm in my up dog position. Hold for a second or two, tuck my toes under, push back and hold. On this one, guys, I like to hold the stretches for a few seconds. We got 15 more seconds. And then we're back to that jog in place. Let's get one more of these in here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2, back to that jog in place. You can start to pick those knees up a little bit, pump those arms, really get that heart rate up. 20 more seconds. 15 seconds. Then we're gonna go back to that toe touching calf raise. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the whole point, guys, of the warm up. Get the body warm, get that heart rate up, loosen up the joints and muscles. As we progress through this, you should feel you're getting looser and looser. 5 seconds, we're gonna go to those Spider-Mans. In 3, 2, 1, and Spider-Mans. Pause for a second. On each one, when you jump and switch, pause for a second or two. If this is too challenging, you can drop that back knee to the floor for a second. got 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up dog. I'm gonna go down dog. Now I wanna take this a little further. Maybe I reach my right hand to my left foot, left hand to my right foot, back to an up dog. 15 seconds, we'll do that one more time. Notice guys, I'm not racing through this. I'm really trying to get a good stretch in. I wanna make sure those muscles are nice and loose. One more up dog. 3, 2, 1. All right, so now onto the specific mobility piece. We're gonna start with the Samson stretch. So I'm gonna go down on one knee. I don't wanna drive my hips too far forward. I want a 90-degree angle. Interlock those fingers, drive them up overhead and reach for the sky. And we're holding for 20 seconds here. One of the ways that I like to really get a deep stretch of my hip flexors, I'm squeezing the glute on my right side where my knee is down, pushing my hips forward. And I'm gonna switch. 20 seconds on this side. Don't worry guys, I know some of you are chomping at the bit to get started. We got 2 more stretches after this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there guys, we're gonna do something called a hip car. So you can do this either against the wall or freestanding. We're gonna make a big circle with my hips. So I'm gonna bring my knee up, I'm gonna bring it out, rotate it in, and I'm making a big circle here. We're gonna do 2 more. Up, out, rotate, around, and then I'm gonna go counterclockwise. One more time, up, out, in. Now let me just show you what that'll look like freestanding. It's a little bit harder because I'm not balancing against anything on the right side. Come out, rotate in. It just adds that extra element of balance, which isn't necessarily a good thing. One more time, out, in. All right, and then the last stretch, guys, we're gonna go into that twisted cross. Lots of push-ups, arms airplaned out. Step over and across, hold for a second. Step over and across, hold for a second. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, guys, so remember, we're nice and warm now. Time to hit the workout hard. Remember, while you're doing it, when it gets tough, remember Michael Murphy, remember his sacrifice, remember why you're doing this. Have an awesome workout, guys.